Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix our country together. And the content that I've got for you right now it's a train wreck. It is an actual train wreck. I was getting ready to do a video about how the Democrats have been told by Biden to get in line or get out. Basically, this big letter that they came out right when they came back into the Congress after a July 4th vacation. Um, and then the press secretary came out and said that he's going to have a big boy conference later on this week. I'm not making that up. That's a direct quote. Everything that I'm about to show you is linked in the description box below. And keep in mind while you're watching this, the more that this goes on, the more seats that you have the potential to flip for our gun rights in the future. This is awesome. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and make sure you are not victimized by that pesky algorithm which unsubscribes unwilling participants of freedom. Make sure you are not one of those. That subscription is active. And with that said, let's get right into this. I never lie to you guys. I don't do clickbait. This is actually happening an hour ago at the press conference in the White House.
After that, the president will hold a press conference, I guess a big boy press conference is what we're calling it, and take some questions from y'all.
This week, President Biden will speak to national labor leaders of AFL-CIO, host the NATO summit to show the unprecedented strength of our alliance, hold a press conference, a big boy press conference, according to Justin Sink from Bloomberg.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay, these are the people trying to take our gun rights, telling us that they know more about our freedom than we do. Okay, that actually just happened. That was the press secretary and the spokesman. That was John Kirby and Karine Jean-Pierre. But now the person who those two work for sent this letter to the Democrats today, all around how he's in control and he's not going anywhere, further cementing the epic landslide of gun rights that we have coming if this continues. Let me show you a little bit of the letter. This is a midday snack. It's not meant to be an entire entree. Let's get it. From the offices of Joseph R. Biden Jr. Fellow Democrats, now that you have returned from the 4th of July recess, I want you to know that despite all the speculation in the press and elsewhere, I am firmly committed to staying in this race, to running the race to the end and to beating Donald Trump. So he's not going anywhere. And something else in this letter, it was a lot of campaigning. It was a lot of please, we're on the same side, please accept me. But listen to how this wraps up, okay? This is really important to understand. This was not just a, I'm here for the people. This was literally, you're either with me or against me. This was a warning shot across the bow. Check this out. I can respond to all of this by saying clearly and unequivocally, I wouldn't be running again if I did not absolutely believe that I was the best person to beat Donald Trump in 2024, said the president, who is going to have a big boy presidential conference later. We had a democratic nomination process and the voters have spoken clearly and decisively. I received over 14 million votes, 87% of the votes cast across the entire nominating process. I have nearly 3,900 delegates, making me the presumptive nominee of our party by a wide margin. That's him peeing on the tree and saying this is my territory. The White House is in a full-on defensive posture, and they're resorting to threatening Democrats, because that's exactly what this letter is. How dare you assume that I am not in full control? I have all the delegates, I have all the votes, I have all the power. I am in line, you get in line. That's exactly what this is. Okay? You wouldn't want the people to be disenfranchised of their votes, would you? That's exactly what we're looking at. This is a very aggressive, backed into a corner, animalistic response. But anyway, let's continue. This is where it all ties together. I'm telling you guys, we're over the target. Do we now just say this process doesn't matter, talking about the voters that he just alluded to? That the voters don't have any say? I decline to do that. I feel a deep obligation to the faith and trust the voters of the Democratic Party have placed in me to run this year. It was their decision to make, not the press, not the pundits, not the big donors, not any selected group of individuals, no matter how well-intentioned, the voters and the voters alone. Basically sticking his big old middle finger up to all the Democrats saying bounce out. And the voters alone decide the nominee of the Democratic Party. How can we stand for democracy in our nation if we ignore it in our own party? I cannot do that. I will not do that. Again, the big middle finger to any and all Democrats who would dare step out of line with the media, who he's castigating right there. All right. And this final point right here, this is the shot across the bow, get in line or get out of the party. That's exactly what this is. All right. These are the people who are going to be having big boy press conferences later on and are telling you that they know more about your gun rights than they do. Okay? Excuse me, than you do. My fellow Democrats, we have the record, the vision, and the fundamental commitment to America's freedoms and our democracy to win. The question the question of how to move forward has been well aired for over a week now. Here comes the grievance. And it's time for it to end. We have one job, and that is to beat Donald Trump, even though they're losing in every single swing state, as I mentioned yesterday. We have 42 days to the Democratic Convention and 119 days to the general election. Any weakening of resolve or lack of clarity about the task ahead only helps Trump and hurts us. It is time to come together, move forward as a unified party, and defeat Donald Trump. Sincerely, Joe Biden, President of the United States of America. This was a attack, defensive posture, and saying, we're the ones in charge, we have the votes, don't disenfranchise the voters because I'm in charge. You wouldn't want to do that, would you? Make sure you tune into my big boy press conference later. What we're watching is single-handedly the most destructive thing that I've ever seen to the gun controllers who happen to reside inside the Democrat Party. The opportunity, and I'm going to hit this immensely, to flip seats that are purple for your gun rights has never been stronger or greater than it is right now. But make sure you guys tune into the big boy press conference that the President of the United States is going to be doing later this week, coming from the literal media spokesperson from the White House. Oh, it's going to be a good week. Everything will be leaked. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.